Welcome everyone to the A to Z LinkedIn training for the first quarter of 2018. And a big hello to my new people on the course and a welcome back to my returning alumni. And we're about to embark on 6 weeks of adventure. LinkedIn is one of my favorite resources, and I hope it will soon be one of yours. Right now, you're looking at my home page. Whenever you log into LinkedIn, you go to your home page. And one of the reasons I love LinkedIn is that it's all business. It gets us. It includes little touches that simply help us without us asking and without charging. There are very few reasons to spend money on LinkedIn. And another reason I like LinkedIn is that I don't know of any other social network platform out there that gives you as much access to people that you want to connect with, or visibility to be seen by the people you want to connect with. And those of you who follow me know I'm a big believer in using comments as a way to build relationships, open up and build relationships. And nobody does that better than LinkedIn. And you're going to learn all the different ways throughout this course. And yep, those are my reasons. And it doesn't mean they're going to be your reasons when you finish this course. If you look through on my profile page, you can see the articles I've written, and it was more than several months back, but it's in there. It's called Why LinkedIn. And a quote from that article is, LinkedIn is only a resource. It is simply a source of free opportunities that enable businesses to access new contacts, receive information, obtain online visibility, design creative marketing ideas, and more. So it's only as valuable as it meets your needs, your individual and unique purpose for growing and achieving success for your business. That might mean that you want to meet people to make contact with and do a sale with. It might mean that it has to give you those opportunities. It might mean that it has to meet your personal style, your comfort zone of meeting people. You might have other objectives for using LinkedIn as you learn what it provides you. So you must pick out what works for you and what doesn't. It's not the same for all. Each of you will probably walk away with a different, aha, I'm going to use it this way, or this combo. And I'm here to show you what is available, the possibilities that are available to you via what is found here, and how to help you to adapt it to your needs. I'm here to help you. You can reach out to me individually through the Facebook group and on the Q&A. I'm here to help you. So who am I? Okay. Some of you know me better than others, so let me do a quick intro. I've had an eclectic background, but I found myself in the telecommunications industry in the late 70s and at its very, very beginning. So I've been fortunate that I've had a front row seat in all the changes and have worked with the Internet since its inception into the private sector after having its real beginnings in the military. And over 25 years of corporate experience in consultative sales, identifying, designing, and selling million-dollar voice and data networks. And my career turned into a job. And I started Today's Way officially in 2000. And I started with web design and added one-to-one email workshops, newsletters, and now social media is part of the mix. And my strength in corporate was proposal writing, making complex sales presentations easy to understand, matching needs to solutions, strategizing were my strengths in corporate. And I brought them all with me to Today's Way by always providing a focus on content, messaging, and making connections to buyers from my first website offerings to today's primary focus in social selling and content marketing. So I'm excited about having you here. Let's talk about the course. First, what is LinkedIn? How do you wrap it up in a single definition? Well, it's a Rolodex of over 400 million contacts. How about that? Somebody's in there that wants to do business with you. And these contacts are all connected over 3 layers. You've heard of 6 degrees of separation, maybe, where everyone in the world is connected only by 6 layers. Somebody knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. Well, these 400+ million contacts are all connected over 3 layers of connectivity in LinkedIn. So they're all accessible to you. And also, LinkedIn is a package of multiple platforms on which you can make these connections. And that's what you're going to learn in this course, is the different platforms, the different ways you can go about finding and connecting, or being found and being connected to these contacts. And so the course is a tour of, again, the platforms, and it includes technical how-tos for using the platforms and strategies, not only within each platform, but how to combine some of them together and achieve what you're really trying to achieve. You can get very creative with LinkedIn. You know, what do you want to know? Well, it might not say go here to get that piece of information, but you say, if I put this together with that, then I can come up with that. And so it's a wealth of opportunity for that type of creative going out there and creating what you want to create. So in this course, we're going to talk about how to be found and how to go find, both ways. And it's a lot of me talking. Today, I'll be talking till the end. It should only be about an hour today, but many of the sessions will go between 60 and 90 minutes. But I'm going to try and break it up this time with going live Q&A at least once, if not a couple of times throughout, so it's a little bit more engaging for everyone. And the course is, oh, and I want to tell you, you know, you get 3 more times to take this course. And why is that? Well, one is because LinkedIn's subject to change something, and I don't want people to invest in the next week after they take the course. It's all different. But even more importantly than that, you can't learn it all at once. And, you know, it's a course. It's 6 weeks course. So I really want you to come in with the idea that you're just kind of being aware. You want to find out what's out there. Tomorrow you'll get the YouTube video within 24 hours, a YouTube video and an MP3 audio. And that's when you can go in and study and start and stop and pay attention to different things. But I just want you to sit back, hope you have a cup of coffee or tea, and if you're on the East Coast, maybe something else. But I want you to just relax and just be aware. Just find out, enjoy the ride. That's the way of putting it. Enjoy the ride, okay? And also with your course, you are a member of a lifetime member of a Facebook support group for LinkedIn assistants. And the link to that will be with your recordings tomorrow. And why Facebook? Because most of my people in my course are not familiar with LinkedIn. Might get to the point where I also will offer a LinkedIn group, I don't know, but right now it's a Facebook group, and it's a place for you to network. I encourage you to reach out to each other and network, leave questions and answers. I am happy to answer your questions. And you can always, I put this out gingerly, but I want you to learn, if it's something you really don't want to share publicly, email me privately. But if you can put it in the Facebook group, your question can help everybody else too. And so I think that's everything in the course. So if you have questions as we go through this, just mark them down and we'll go through them in the live Q&A, okay? So let's get on with today's session. It's a tour. You're looking at my home page, and I'm going to take you through the home page and give you a glance, open up some doors as to what we're going to dive into deeper throughout the whole course. So starting here in the upper left-hand corner, you have that IN that will always take you back to the home page whenever you see it up there. So you get lost in the thick of LinkedIn, click on the IN, and it will get you back there. The search feature. Now, you're going to fall in love with this little box here, and it shows up on all the pages of the main LinkedIn site. It's different if you've been a past user. There used to be a drop-down here where you could go into one of the different areas of LinkedIn and choose. You still can, but it's done differently. You would put your, now I put the cursor in there, and this isn't where you go to search unless, these are my recent searches. So if I wanted to go back to a past search, I could do it conveniently right here in this drop-down. But where we find the original options, you put in whatever word you want, any word at all or phrase. you have to hit this little icon here, and then you will get your options here, like you used to have in a drop-down. You have people, jobs, content, which means published articles and post, and the more gives you your other options that you used to, companies, groups, and schools. So you can filter a search on any word up here. Now over here, this used to be a separate advanced search. Now it's part of the regular search. So over here you can add to your filter locations, connections, current companies, and then click for all filters. We're going to get into this in 2 weeks, but I just want you to be familiar. If you say, what happened to the drop-down? It's still there. You have to click that icon, and it pops up here. And advanced search is now part of search. Microsoft has done a lot of things that make sense, and this is one of them. They've made it easy. It was hard to find advanced search. People didn't realize you could click on it. So this is one of the improvements, I think. Very easy. Okay, so moving along, you have your home icon. So we go back to the home page. That clicks you back to the home page. This is another improvement here. You've got my network. Now, everything to do with contacts is easily found on one page. It used to be scattered all over LinkedIn. You go here to find where you had new connection requests, like just came in here. And thank you, Elizabeth, you're on the class. Good thing we're, all of you, please connect with me. And you had to go different places to find different things about your network. Well, it's all consolidated. You have this nice icon up here that consolidates everything. And right at the top is the most important thing, new connection requests. So you see those right off the bat, and you can respond accordingly. And then they give you, LinkedIn is excellent for putting people in front of you. And they, based on your activity, they put people that they think you might already know that you're not connected to, or you might want to know based on, again, what your activity and your participation on LinkedIn. And so it's really nice. And remember, while you're receiving these notifications, you're showing up on a notification on someone else's page. So some people get annoyed. I say, hey, go with it, because they're doing it for you as well as you know, you're receiving it, but you're also being shown on other pages. Over here in this top left-hand corner are all your connections on one page. So you can click open to that, and you can see all your connections, and by default, they're listed by the most recent one at the top. But you can filter them by first name and last name. And you can also search through them on any keyword. We're going to go into more of that in 2 weeks, but just know you can search on any keyword by filling it in here. And this is really nice. I'm going to talk strategies and things you can do as we go forward, but this is really nice. And we go back here. This section here, some of your contacts aren't connected. Don't touch it. I'll talk about it in 2 weeks, but in the meantime, don't touch it. You'll see it over in the right column here in some pages. Don't touch it, and I'll tell you why in 2 weeks. Okay. Jobs. Okay, none of you are looking, I don't think, for a job per se, but you're all looking for business, right? Which is, it's a job, right? Agreements, that's work, job. I'm going to show you, I don't have this listed in the course content, but on, usually it's the group, the week I do groups, I include this. There's a lot of, the way job listings appear and the way they have to be filled out, there's a lot of information that you can use to help define your own definition of yourself, and also ways to find what's going on inside a company where, because they're looking for that job, what are they doing in this area? So we're going to talk about that. So that has some strategies to it. And messaging. Okay, it used to be that you just got notified you had a message and it was a drop down and you had to click and hope you found the email. This is another improvement where you have everything on one page now. You click messaging and you'll receive a new message that comes in here. Also notice the connection request is consolidated over here in your messaging. So it's a nice way. It's a little CRM, customer relationship management, in a way. They have a more advanced version that used to be free, and now it's in the paid for. But what they do with, besides the most recent one coming in, each message is stacked per contact. So if I was going to, and any little thing is recorded here, I just congratulated David, and you'll see where I did that shortly, and it's now a message in my message box. So I can go in here, and have I ever messaged David before? Not on LinkedIn. I know him personally here in the marina, but not on LinkedIn I haven't. But Anne I've traded messages with. I gave her a birthday message, and it should go back and show the history. Always demos, right? Where can I show you? I don't think it was time sensitive at all. And again, maybe I've taken a lot of people off of LinkedIn and done regular email with them. But let me go down to one that, and see, you can search too. I'm going to search, and there'll be more instruction on this in 2 weeks, but I just want to show you this one thing. Okay, so Judy. All right. So here you have all my past history messages. So I can go back, and it's nice. You don't have to keep folders of messages like you do in Outlook. Everything is nested underneath the contact. Not like Google Gmail, where it's invisible and you can't open them. Each one displays. So it's a nice history, and you can get to see the last time you sent any type of message, whether it's a happy birthday message through LinkedIn or a real message. So that's going to come in handy as we talk about some strategies for staying in touch with contacts. The other thing with messaging, this is new within this last year. There's also a little message down here in the bottom corner of each of your pages on the main LinkedIn site. And if you can send messages to all your connections, your first layer connections for free. Well, there's a limit, but most people don't ever reach it. And you now have this on every page. Well, again, we're building relationships, right? And comments are great, as I mentioned earlier, and nothing like taking what opens up with leaving a comment to a direct message, and it even bonds you more. Again, more on this as we go through the course, but having this in each corner is so convenient, because if you're on the home page and you see someone in the live feed, and I'll show you before this day is over, you can instantly say, oh, gee, this is great, but I should really send them a message. And you can go right down, and it makes it be convenient. You just click this open, the little key, and you can create a new message. Another tip while we're here is if you accept the connection request or make a connection, you can immediately message them, right? It will even encourage you to message them. And it brings you to this box here. And you will see you have no more in-mails, okay? What's an in-mail? An in-mail is an email message that costs you, and it comes with paid-for subscriptions, and the $60 a month account only has 5 of them, so they're very expensive emails. No reason to ever get a subscription for in-mails. So you can get a subscription for other reasons, but not for an in-mail. And so you will be told up here you can't send a message. You can't say, thanks for connecting with me. Come down here to this little box here, and you can put in their name, type in their name, and if I did, like Elizabeth, do an EL, the names pop up, and I can send her off a message, okay? And it's free. Okay, so I don't know if the problem is that this is all, the improvements are in an ongoing rollout, and I don't know if they haven't cleaned up this glitch or not, but don't be turned off by it. Just go down to the right-hand corner and you'll be fine. Notifications, okay. Right off the bat, there's a search function on LinkedIn. It's its own search engine. And I'm going to show you with each class part of what goes into coming up high on the search results in LinkedIn. And one of the pieces of the algorithm and getting you up high is that you show that you go to the notifications page every day. LinkedIn really wants you to go to the notifications page daily. They like that. So if you want LinkedIn to like you, like them back and go into the notifications, but it's worth your while. The daily rundown, my new favorite feature, but I'm going to run over it for a moment. I'll come back to it. But in notifications, you get a happy birthday. Who's got a birthday? Well, a great opportunity to be in front of someone, do a connection. Ann and I used to be very engaged working on a project together, and I met her here on LinkedIn, and it's been a while, and so it's her birthday, so it was a chance for me to reach out and very easily connect with her. And I love that LinkedIn reminds me that I already sent it. If I go back this afternoon, did I send her one? Check my messages. It's right there. You sent her a message. Love LinkedIn. These are the little things LinkedIn does. I love. Congratulations for someone for starting a new position. And so I was able to congratulate David. I showed you that earlier, and I'm not sure based on the name of the company. I think he's left LA, so I was able to ask him about that. And I've been welcomed into a new group, so it let me know that I got approved. You learn in groups, you have to be approved now. So I got approved in a new group I can check out. And down here, someone liked a post that I was mentioned in, so more opportunity to see who they are. Do I want to reach out to them? Here is someone looked at my profile. That's important for you to know. Who's checking up on you? You want to know who's looking at your profile. And it's right there. And happy birthday. Someone liked my own post. So the notifications include what's going on, what's happening with your network and with your activity within LinkedIn. And this daily rundown for Tuesday it's every day. It comes up every morning. And you click it open, and it's got a news article for business. Okay, this is Amazon's new thing. They're laying off. On the hiring spree, they're laying off. They're saying it's just a a clearing of the, what do they call it? They call it just a reorganization, just getting house cleaning, spring cleaning or something. Readjustments, headcount readjustments, okay. President Trump released his budget. You get a little article on that. Uber was going to force drivers they can only drive so many hours before they're not able to participate. A billionaire is being sued for sexism in the company. And so before you go out for your day, it's really easy just to scan through, if nothing else, the headlines, and you kind of get a flavor for what's going on. So if you're going to a meeting, you're on top of the top news of the day. I love it for that. And then they always include at least one, sometimes two ideas of the day. And they often, they invite comments and participation from anybody. And very rarely is it something that you don't want to or couldn't respond to. And often it's on leadership in businesses. So I think everyone from leaders to followers can have input from what the idea of the day might be. And this is shown to everybody on LinkedIn. So at the bottom, you're able to go to comments, okay? And you can see all the comments. And I will often scroll through the comments to see, and it's all mixed. They don't have it separated, this comment area for Amazon, this comment area. And I like it mixed because of just being able to see different people, and it's easy to scroll through and get a gist. So you can see what they're commenting on by how they write their comment, and it's an opportunity for you to comment, just simply like what they have to say, and they're notified that you liked, and that's feedback that they want to receive. So this is part of the visibility that you can get easily here, and you can I usually find 1 or 2 people that I at least like, and sometimes I will comment on or share an opinion. And then I will add a comment. This morning I added a comment because I had something to say about what self-awareness has done to help me recognize resistances I didn't even know I had. It was just a paradigm of approaching things, and I was able to cut through that. I love learning about being self-aware. So I threw in my 2 cents, and I will always get profile views from any activity, even if I just do a like on this particular feature. I will get comments. I will get requests to connect. The other day he liked my comment, so he asked to connect with me. It's an easy peasy way of showing up, being seen, and participating. So notifications, they want you to go there daily. They make it worth your while to go there daily. They really do. So I recommend it. This little Me drop down, this is where you can go to your profile page, one of the places on the home page where you can find your profile page. And you can go to, I guess I should go back to the home page. Let me go back to the home page. Okay. So this little Me, you can view your profile. I'm on the home page, I mean. You can view your profile page, which we covered next week in depth. Important session. You also go to settings of privacy. We do that in the last session because until you know what everything is, you don't know what you want to turn on or turn off. So we do that in the last session. The Help Center, which is pretty good, but I'll tell you, I often go to Google and put in my question 2018 and see what that brings up. Language, you can have LinkedIn in different languages, okay? So you can choose a language. I'm not going to show you all of that, but it's available. And then manage. This is where you can go to quickly get over to your posts and activity, which we talk about in session 6. Job postings, if you've posted any, or if you just want to go there and you might find reason to. It's a quick access. And then these are the company page and showcase pages that we talk about in session 5. Your account on LinkedIn is set up under your name, so it's your personal business brand that you are sharing throughout all of LinkedIn. But they have a company page and showcase pages, which each company page can have 10 products, 10 services, 10 divisions within their company that they want to showcase. And you can mix it up, but you have 10 separate pages. And it used to be very difficult to access, like 3 clicks to get to them. So it was cumbersome. And I think we all know if it's cumbersome, we don't do it. And now it's a quick click. You go right to them with this drop down. This is a huge improvement. And one of the benefits of these pages is that everything gets indexed immediately in the search engines. And so we're going to talk about them. We have a whole session on them. There's lots to say about them, but that's one secret there. And while we're talking about it, everything on LinkedIn right now, except for groups are private, but everything on LinkedIn is indexed in the search engine. So know your keywords. And in the Facebook group, there's instructions, I think they're up to date, on the Google keyword tool to find keywords if you don't know them already. So we'll talk about that in one of the upcoming sessions. All right, so this final drop down here is work. What's that? 9 dots. These are all the sections of LinkedIn that are off of the main site, okay? And we've got learning, okay? It used to be lynda.com, which is around forever. LinkedIn bought it. Now it's LinkedIn Learning. And they have some pretty great courses. lynda.com was always infamous for their quality, and they've maintained that standard. It comes with some of the subscriptions for LinkedIn. Otherwise, it's $25 or $26 a month, but you get 1 month free that you can try. So that's what that is, okay? And Then post a job. This is where you go to post a job. Should you ever want to post a job, it used to be like $300 or whatever. Now you post your job. I've got a mock one in here just to show you. We're not going to come back to this in a session, so this is it for these these pieces. Post a job. And so I filled out my job request, and now it says we recommend a $22 daily budget. That will get me an estimated 31 applicants in 30 days for the job that I posted. So that's pretty cool, right? So that's that. Close that out. And then you have advertise. It's pay per click or pay per impression, which impression means how many times it gets shown. Pay per click is how many people click on the ad you pay each time. And it's a bid for keywords, so I'm not going to go into it, but that's how it works. It's expensive. It's not, you can set up a budget, but you have to go in and see what your words are. Groups. You might be wondering where groups was. It used to be on the main menu, but it's over here in this section now because, as I mentioned, it's private. You don't even have the main navigation up here. Nothing is indexed. So this secures the privacy of your groups. You can have up to 100 groups now. You belong to 100 groups. So that comes up in session 4, I believe, or 3. One of the two. Okay. And that's, I meant to tell you, go over the different sessions. I will before I end. Okay. Go back and back here. Okay, ProFinder. This is an interesting feature here, and you can submit your own services if you have that type of business. This is where people can go to find someone on LinkedIn who does bookkeeping, who will do a website for you, who will, what do they have there? Headshot photography, prepare for your interview, find a career coach. So you have to apply, and there's different criteria, and they'll tell you if you don't have all of it and to resubmit. But if you want to put yourself out there to be hired as a pro, you can do that there. And it's free. It's free to apply. Be listed. Salary, this is a fun one. You can wonder how to price your services, entrepreneurs out there. Put your job title here in a location and see what companies are paying employees that do what you do as an entrepreneur, and some of you service entrepreneurs. And you can get an idea of your earning potential, so how you rank. So this is kind of fun. That's there, free. And then SlideShare. LinkedIn has always had an ongoing relationship with SlideShare, and they've maintained that. And this remains free. And you can go in here. I'm told it's up there with the ranks of YouTube for people who use it as a search engine. And you can use it to learn, take a class. You can search on any keyword. You can use it to find out what other people that do what you do are presenting, what words they're using, what strategies they're presenting, how they're teaching or sharing what they do, what their main points are, what they're telling people. So a competitive advantage type thing. Wherever you want, just I like to find out the language. The language changes for what we all do. So I like to get up-to-date language on how people are describing, especially those of us who are in communications or in any type of service work. So LinkedIn is here, and it's you can load your own presentations, and they teach you how. And the most simple thing is to create a PowerPoint. And you just upload it from your computer, and they'll tell you to click here, and it turns it into a SlideShare. And when we go through my profile tomorrow, I'll show you how I turned just a PDF doc into a SlideShare so it could be read easily under my profile section. So this is a great tool. And again, we'll talk about it a little bit, how you can use it for making your profile be better next week. So that part I will come back to SlideShare. All right, so let me hop over here. So these are business services, paid for services, talent solutions. These are all paid for services for recruiters. Sales Solutions is the paid for subscription, post a job advertise. So I only cover free stuff in this training. 6 weeks is enough of free. I don't want to get into paid for. And what happened to the alumni page? Anyone wondering that? There used to be a link up here for alumni. I was scared. I thought they had done away with it, and I love the tool. But no, you come over here and you can search on any school. And I don't have any showing there, but if I go to, it doesn't have to be your own. I went to the University of Massachusetts, which I could bring up, but I can go to UCLA, and I want to go to schools. I'm going to go to schools, and University of California, Los Angeles, go there, and you will see alumni, this little button here. And it brings up this beautiful alumni tool that you can search on by the year people graduated or the span of years they attended. So you can do 1900s going back there, 1970 to 2018, let's say, 1970. And you search, you just hit enter and search, and it brings up 288,500 alumni, and you can see where they live. And if I click this open, and I cover this in 2 weeks, you can see where they live, and you can filter it. I could choose. I'm just going to show you what the options are first: where they live, where they work, the companies that they work at, what they do. I mean, education, business development, entrepreneurship, engineering, operations. Hit next. What they studied, what they're skilled at, Microsoft Office, research, public speaking, leadership, social media, and how you're connected. And then guess what? They're all listed here. And you see how you're connected. You can go right to their profile page, but you're going to learn about this in a minute and next week for sure. Then you see you have 11 connections in common, 6 connections in common, 17 connections in common. And you can go to their profile page to know more, and then you can connect to them. And we're going to talk about this in 2 weeks. So how cool is that? And you can filter this. You can, like I started to show you, you could pick just Greater Los Angeles area. And then I could say, once that comes up, okay, I've got Los Angeles up here, I could combine who's at Kaiser. Okay, now it's got down to Kaiser Permanente, and then I could go business development at Kaiser. And we're down to 89 alumni, and they're all listed down here. Sign of good things to come in this course. Okay, so that's the alumni tool, and that's where it's hidden. They hid it away. I don't understand that. So, okay, so moving off the top row, you come down here, and this is the top of your profile page that's shown here on the left. Your photo, you can have a headline image or header image. We'll talk about that next week. But your photo, you must have a photo, your name, and then this headline. We're going to really zero in on that next week. It follows you everywhere you go. It's your calling card. And then you're shown right off the bat on your home page where you log in, who's viewed your profile. So you can see if that number's gone up, and then you click on it and you can go and see exactly who viewed your profile. And then underneath that, I'm going to expand on that next week. Don't worry. This is just a guided tour here, real quick. Then you have how many people viewed your most recent article. And so that's good for knowing. So immediately between notifications and over here on the left, LinkedIn is telling you as soon as you log in what's been going on while you've been away. What's been happening? What's been happening for you while you weren't even on LinkedIn? Moving in, this is a live feed here, okay, like in all your other social networks. This is where you'll post. We talked about this in the last session, go into detail. But this is where you can scroll down and you'll notice, and you just put your cursor, I'm not clicking, I just put my cursor over his name. And up pops that name, headline, photo, and the shared connections. so that I can see maybe there's a new connection, what I want to do. And then down here, what you can do with these posts, you're seeing everything that your connections, your first layer of connections posted, and if somebody liked or shared, I'm looking for one that got shared. Where's the post when you want to see a post? You see the ads here, but I'm going to tell you how you can get rid of that if you want to. Some people are really annoyed by it. Well, anyway, it will say the person shared the post, and you'll see the person who, again, created the post, but if she had shared a post, the same thing would come up. And a good one here. I had one earlier, and now it's moved down the feed. That's how live feeds work. Okay, well, that's an ad. Let's see. Okay, Sam. All right, so he did the post, so his stuff comes up. But then I can go, if I commented, or shared on it, it would go out to my network and show up in their feeds as well as their first layer of connections. But I can also open up the comments here, and you can also reply or like people's comments. And you know, secret, more of this as we go through the course, but I encourage you to comment on the person who did the post, but a lot of the reaction comes from commenting on people's comments, okay? Wouldn't you love it? I mean, if you love it, they love it. So that's how it works. So look and see what other people are saying and comment. These are easy ways to open new doors, easy ways. And before you do, you can see it doesn't open up there. You just put your cursor over Mike. So before I reply to him or comment on his comment, I can just put my name on his name. I'm not clicking. And it brings up a little bit about him. So do I want visibility with him? And I can decide before I follow through on doing that like or that comment on his comment. You know, does any other network do this? I don't think so. So these are some of the real perks and ways to use what is being given here. And then, and again, we'll go through more in session 6 on the live feed, but while you're playing on LinkedIn, you want to at least start going in there, and if you're not posting, at least comment and like, share what you do see. If you are annoyed with the ads, okay, settings are for the 6th course, but I know there's people that grumble, and it keeps them from using LinkedIn. If you go into your privacy settings over here under me, go to settings. I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to give you, you'll have to take a note on this. You can go into your privacy settings and go, and there's 3 links across the top. Go to privacy and go down to ad preferences, and you can shut off the advertising, okay? So if you don't like it, you can have it go away, and that's how you do it. Okay, so here on the right side, this is another plus. This is the news of the day, okay? Are the Olympics worth the price? Or our thoughts about the news of the day, or what's going on? Amazon, a gun maker goes bankrupt. These are conversations that are out there, much like Twitter trends, if you're on Twitter. Trending conversations, what people are talking about now. So if this is something that you could benefit from joining the conversation, you can click through to any of them. Are the Olympics worth the price? You click through and you see, it's not an article, these are all posts that deal with that topic. And you can go in there and like, comment, share, and do your thing on any of those. So more ways of being seen, and this again is not just your connections, or or your network. This is everyone out on LinkedIn that has access to these links on the home page. It's the same on every home page, I understand. I don't think they modify it by different types of users or by interest. So that's there. And then there's ads down here. So that's a tour of the home page, a little taste of what's coming down the pike here in the next 5 weeks. Next week we talk about the profile page. The next week, the third week, we talk about connections, followers, and contacts. And we go into using the search directory and some of the things I touched upon today with your connections. So that's all your network and building it. The fourth week, that's 1, 2, 3. The fourth week is groups. Talk about groups, and we'll probably include jobs in there. Strategies for using groups. The fifth week is company pages and showcase pages and what they're all about. And the sixth week is published articles, posting, a review of, really, I include putting it all together, kind of now that you've reached the end, some of the different ways you can combine the platforms with different types of strategies. Your businesses vary on what strategies would work for you, so some of you would. So I go over by business type, by who's on the course, what strategies would work for which of you and how. And we've gone through the how-tos, so we get more into strategies and answer your questions, and then we go through the settings. And that's the end of the course. So, and before I open the lines for any questions today, next week is your profile page. I'm going to be looking at all your profile pages this week to see where you're all at with it. Don't worry. And then I want you to go through LinkedIn and look at people's profile pages and see what hits you, what makes sense, what you like, what you don't like. See what other people are doing. So just do random searches or click on anyone you see here. We can go to Daniel's profile page right here. Just click through and see what they're doing that you like, and it comes up. You want to hit show more so you can see their summary. And see, he's got it looks pretty good without reading it. I have to read it to be sure. But you want to get an idea for what appeals to you and what doesn't. So when we talk about it, you can start thinking about what you want to do to yours, or if you need to do anything. So that's it. So let me unmute the lines and see if that works. Okay, I've got to go to over here to do that. So hang on. Okay. Do I have any questions? Well, that's a good sign. Okay, cool. And comments, anything you want to share?
Margie, hi, this is Chad. I have a question just in regards to, are there any ideal times that you found to be most effective to engage on LinkedIn?
Anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because one Saturday somebody put out a post in the live feed, hey, I'm here working. Anyone else out there? And comments went on and on saying, shh, don't tell anybody. Oh, I'm here too. Me too. Me too. So it's a network of professionals.
Right.
And so all hours, all days, yeah. And all time zones. So it's world. So yeah, and it's when you can. The most important thing is that you get on there. Okay.
Great.
You find the time in your schedule. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, well, I look forward to next week, and look for your videos and the link to the Facebook group. And if you have any questions in the meantime, throw them out in the LinkedIn group, or I'm at margieh@todaysway.net. And I thank you all. Looking forward to it, and take good care.